Hi guys, it's me again. So in this video we'll learn how to create more components. So let's go ahead and delete all these components that we don't need anymore. And I'm gonna delete this, and this is what we had from the last video. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and create a new component. So to create a component, you can create it, as I said before, you can create a separate file for component if it's a large component, or if it's a small component that you're not probably going to use it anywhere else, you can just create it in the same file. But for this one, I'm going to create a new file, and let's say let's name the component, and you can say, let's say hello. And remember, the first letter always should be uppercase. Is just a general general thing that you need to do just to differentiate between your component and a JavaScript, normal JavaScript file. Okay, and you can give it the extension JSX, or you can just give it JS, and it doesn't really matter. So hello. And the first thing, remember, the first thing we need to do inside our component, we need to import the React library that enables us to write JSX. Okay, so import from React. Okay, so now that we imported the React library, let's write our components. And let's go here down and let's write function, just a normal function. Let's give it the name hello. Remember, your component name should always be the same as the class name. That way you don't have to confuse between all the components. Okay, and over here we're gonna give it return. It's gonna return an h1 that says hello, hello J. Okay, and now it's not displaying on the DOM because we need to export this component. So we can export it down here. We can say export export default, and we say hello like this, or we can just move this all on one line over here, export function. Okay, and that will do just the same. Okay, I don't know why. Let's open it. Okay, so now that we created our component and we export it, let's go to our app and import the component. So let's say import the component name hello from hello. Okay, and now we come down here and we can call the components. And remember, I said you can call the component two different ways. You can call it just like a normal function call. You'd say hello, two parentheses, and this will call it. Or you can, normally you wouldn't do that, but yeah, that's an option for you because it's just JavaScript, remember that. Or you can just call it like JSX syntax, hello. And remember to close it. And this will work as well. Okay, so now I want to, you see now how it says hello J? I want to have the name J to be dynamic, so you can feed the component to name and it will display hello whatever the name you pass it. Okay, so let's learn how to do that. So let's go to hello.js, and this is just a normal component, remember that. Okay, so we can pass something over here and display it inside over here. Okay, so we can pass the function an argument, and this argument will be displayed over here. Okay, so let's learn how to do that. So let's say name. Okay, and by convention, it's going to be, by convention, really, you should call it, you should pass it an object, and that object should be prop, should be named props. Okay, so you should have props as the name because this is the convention. Okay, and over here in two curly braces, remember, because we're gonna write JavaScript inside over here, so we need two curly braces, and we can say props dot name. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. we're going to pass this function an object, and inside that object there is a property called name, and that name will hold the name that whatever we going to pass. Okay, so if we go over here now, what we can do, look at this. If we say name equal to J, this should work. As you can see, it says hello J. If we change this name, say Jack, this will work as well. Okay, so this is just normal thing, you know. If you go to hello.js, we are passing an object, and inside that object there is an attribute, a name property that holds a name. Okay, so in here, if you see the hello component, it's just a JSX component that will pass an object automatically, and inside that object we will pass the name property. Okay, so you can write this two different ways as well. So you can write it just like a function, just to show you how it would look like if we were to call it in normal JavaScript. If we say hello and then you pass it an object, inside the object we said we have to have a name property. So if you say name equal J, this should work. You see, as you see, we are just calling the function. We pass in an object. Inside the object there is a property name that holds the name that we are passing. Okay, we can change this name to Jack and it'll change, but this is not really easy to read, so we will stick with the JSX syntax. Say hello, okay, like this, and if we give it the property name and we give it the value J, okay, this component will automatically pass in the hello component an object, and inside that object there is a property name, and the value of name is going to be whatever we pass in this case is J. Okay, so this is all I got for today. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.